Operation QR Code, full legal notice activation, mass public disclosure, across police stations, government offices, courts, and legal institutions. Let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. Amos 5:24. This is the final exposure. The last barrier between deception and truth is about to be removed. Operation QR Code is not a protest. It is the undeniable enforcement of lawful public notice. By placing legally irrefutable QR codes in strategic locations across the Commonwealth of Australia, every police officer, government official, judge, lawyer, and bureaucrat will be confronted with the truth of their unlawful standing, forcing them to acknowledge the demand for full disclosure. No one will be able to claim ignorance. No one will be able to escape accountability. Strategic deployment location. The QR code links directly to the notice of no lawful standing and demand for full disclosure, placed in high visibility locations where officials, politicians, legal professionals, and law enforcement officers will be forced to confront the truth. Police stations, state and federal, front entrances, notice boards, reception desks, car parks, inside interrogation rooms, public waiting areas, officer break rooms, locker rooms, hallways, inside and outside police vehicles, stickers on windows, parliament buildings and politicians' offices, state and federal parliament houses, inside and outside entrances, politician constituency offices, meeting halls and notice boards, security desks, elevators, restrooms, mail rooms, courts of law, all levels, local, district, supreme and high courts, inside and outside, courtroom doors, public seating areas, legal libraries, judges' chambers, clerks' offices, jury deliberation rooms, legal filing offices where court documents are processed, lawyers' offices and bar associations, large law firms, barristers' chambers and corporate legal offices, reception desks, conference rooms, hallways, break rooms, law school faculties, student legal societies and legal training centres, government buildings and public notice boards, local, state and federal government buildings, public service offices, tax offices, licensing centres, welfare offices, Department of Justice, Attorney General's Office, Ombudsman offices, transport hubs, community centres and notice boards. Every strategic placement forces those in power to confront the truth of their unlawful governance. How Operation QR Code is executed. Phase 1. Print, distribute and organise. Days 1 to 3. Print high-quality QR codes linking directly to the notice of no lawful standing and demand for full disclosure. Form small decentralised teams to strategically place QR codes across police stations, courtrooms, government buildings and legal offices. Assign regional coordinators to ensure each state, city and town is covered. Phase 2. Execute mass QR code deployment, days 4 to 10. Discreetly place QR codes in locations where law enforcement, government officials and legal professionals will see them daily. Attach them to walls, doors, waiting areas, office desks and elevators. Ensure QR codes are placed at eye level, making them impossible to ignore. Use adhesive stickers on public notice boards, inside courtrooms and outside government buildings. Leave QR-coded documents on desks, counters and in legal document trays. Every official who sees it will have to confront the notice. Phase 3. Viral social media engagement. Days 11 to 30. Record the placement of QR codes and upload the footage to social media. Encourage participants to film their actions and post using the official hashtags. Tag independent journalists, whistleblowers and alternative media. Monitor government reactions. If they try to remove the QR codes, expose it. Hashtags to use. Operation QR Code. Expose the fraud. Justice for Australia. Demand disclosure. No lawful standing. Why Operation QR Code cannot be stopped. It bypasses all traditional suppression tactics. 1. No amount of media blackouts, legal intimidation, or government censorship can erase millions of QR codes in physical spaces. 2. Unlike social media posts, QR codes cannot be shadow banned or removed once widely placed. Every public servant, officer, and politician will be forced to see it. 1. Officials cannot claim "we didn't know." They will be physically confronted with the evidence. 2. Legal professionals will have no choice but to acknowledge the truth. It creates legal accountability through mass participation. 1. Every person who sees the QR code and ignores the notice is guilty of misprision of treason. 2. Every video documenting QR placements becomes evidence in the public record. This is a public notification initiative. Officials cannot legally claim ignorance once the notice is served. The expected impact of Operation QR Code. Millions of Australians will have instant access to undeniable legal evidence of governance fraud. Police officers, lawyers, and politicians will be directly confronted with the truth of their unlawful authority. The government will be forced to respond publicly, either acknowledging the notice or exposing their refusal to do so. The media will have to address the viral spread of QR code placements across government institutions. This will trigger further legal challenges, whistleblower testimonies, and public demand for justice. Once deployed, there is no going back. The system must answer to the truth. Final call to action. This is the moment of action. If you believe in truth, justice, and holding those in power accountable, then take part in Operation QR Code. Print the QR codes. Place them in police stations, courts, government offices, and legal institutions. Film it. Upload it. Share it. Ensure that every official sees the truth they have been avoiding. Operation QR Code. Expose the fraud. /Justice for Australia. / demand disclosure. No lawful standing. The time of deception is over. The flood of truth is here. Let justice roll.